All right, so it is just about 9:30 and I have a little bit of time, a little bit of energy. I'm going to try and read as much of this book as I possibly can in one sitting, and you're gonna come along with me for that. The book in question is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, and it is essentially about an ex-con who meets a man in front of a store window one night, and he asks advice on the window dressing and then decides to hire her because he wants to ask her out. She needs a second chance at life, so she takes the job and hijinks ensue, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna get reading this. I'm really excited. I don't usually read a lot of holiday books, so this year's kind of different in that I actually have a few holiday books to read. I finished How My Neighbor Stole Christmas yesterday, and that was such a fun read. So I'm really hoping this invokes the same kind of ridiculous holiday spirit feeling in me. I think Tessa Bailey is one of the funniest writers because her books are so silly and ridiculous and lighthearted and really don't take themselves that seriously. So I think that she's the perfect candidate for a Christmas book, and I'm really hoping this doesn't disappoint me. I know Tessa Bailey has another Christmas book. I think it's called Wreck the Halls, and I've heard people talk about Wreck the Halls, but I've never heard people talk about window shopping. So that does scare me a little bit, but we're gonna dive in. We're gonna see how this goes. Hopefully we have a good time. We'll see. I'm very curious to find out why she was in prison. It doesn't mention it right away. Obviously that reveal is going to come later, but interesting. She's literally standing on the street and is approached by a, quote, giant man in a candy cane bow tie. This man smiles constantly. I hate him. Yeah. Oh my god. So it's Grumpy Sunshine. I'm seeing this already. He's the sunshine, but like he has a tendency to blabber. It's literally on this third page, he's already like got a big chunk of dialogue where he's just like blabbing on about random nonsense. Like his Aunt Edna and his Uncle Hank. Editing me here, I would actually classify this more as Black Cat Golden Retriever than Grumpy Sunshine. She goes, do you have another pointless story to tell me? And he says, oh, I've got thousands of pointless stories to tell. See, she says she does not deny committing the crime. What is the crime? She only spent 4 years in prison, so it can't be anything too bad. This guy's assistant is funny because this guy is like the eternal optimist. He always has a positive attitude, and his assistant asks him a question. He gives him this very long-winded answer, and the assistant is just like, you asked, you should know better than to ask. You know, at first I thought this guy, what's his name? Aiden, did not see the vibe that she was giving off, that she wanted to be left alone, but he saw it and still did not leave her alone. So that's the type of person he is. I don't really like that. He goes, the go away vibrations coming off her in waves, and she certainly inspired that in me. She didn't really want me to go. She was feeling kind of lonely and wistful and just needed someone to stand beside her for a spell. I've been there. I recognize the signs in a person. Or maybe she just wanted to be left alone. I don't know. I don't really like that very much. It is a romance book, so obviously, but just in general, kind of weird. Kind of weird. I don't like that. So this is it. He sees that when she applied to the job, she's very inexperienced. Like she's really not right for the job. There's so many people with experience applying. But he really wants to see her again and ask her out. So instead of being a creep and getting her number off her application, he decides he's going to interview every single person that applied as well as her. But I still think that's creepy. Like, it's trying to negate his creepiness, but to me it doesn't negate his creepiness. Now, this is the type of thing where in a book like this, you kind of overlook it, like you let it go because you're suspending reality. But I don't think it negates how creepy and weird it is. Yeah, I will get past it. I will get past it. I will suspend my belief in reality. But I want to make note of how unsettled I am if this was a real guy. So she got the job. The one positive is that she actually does have good ideas. Like, he seems to actually be interested in the ideas that she has for the job and not just want to hire her because he thinks she's hot. Although that was the motivating factor for offering her an interview in the first place, and also for overlooking the fact that she is an ex-con. But we're gonna dive into it. Aiden seems like a really nice guy. In my opinion, too nice, like creepily nice, which is stated. Like, he says that women find him too nice. They're suspicious of how nice he is. I would be too. I would be too. Especially when he's giving jobs out based on the way his stomach flips. But we're gonna keep going and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I hope that I come to like him a little bit more, because as of right now, he's a little creepy to me. Okay, so her best friend and her both went to jail. So they did something together because her best friend's still in jail. This is interesting. end of chapter 3, we find out why Stella was in prison. Turns out she committed armed robbery. So that was unexpected. Didn't kill anybody, but her friend shot someone who lived. So that's a whole thing. Now, they allude to the fact that there was more to this armed robbery than she's originally letting on, but she's purposely trying to put distance between her and Aiden because she's trying to take advantage of this new chapter in her life where she got her dream job, and also she wants to spare him the trouble of being with someone like her because he's too good a guy. So she's purposely leaving out sort of her motivations, which leads me to believe that there are deeper motivations and maybe altruistic motivations for why she committed the crime. However, as of right now, she is trying to push him away. The attraction is there, but they just can't act on it. But Stella specifically is the one who refuses to act on it because she's just been given a new start in life and she doesn't want to waste it. So we're on chapter 4, page 48. Let's continue for a little bit. It is 10:20, so I've been reading for about an hour. I don't know why I'm reading so slowly today, but we're gonna continue on, and maybe I can get to like 100 pages or thereabouts. Where's the end of that chapter? 116 pages is the end of a chapter, and this book is 243 pages, so yeah, that's you know what, 126. So if I can get to 126, then that's about halfway through. So I'm gonna try and aim for halfway through. We could probably give it another hour. So we're gonna keep reading, and I will check in if anything interesting comes up. I think Aiden's assistant is my favorite part of the book so far. He has the best lines. So his trauma is that his family sucks. They're jerks. They're horrible. They're very horrible. basis, and now is the first reveal where they are going to be deciding if she gets hired on full time. I'm gonna stop it there right before the reveal, but they clearly want to cross this line between employee-employer into something more. So that's probably gonna happen. Stella obviously is into the idea. She likes him. I just still think the way that he's acting towards her is like a little odd and uncomfortable, because in any power dynamic, it's really not the person in power's decision. You know, it's the person who's like, I don't know. I don't. But suspending disbelief for a minute, I do like Aiden as a person. There's something interesting and intriguing about him. He's like a very nice guy, very put together, but obviously internally there's a bit of a mess. And then Stella's kind of the complete opposite. She is a disaster who is trying to pull herself together. And so I could see why they would be a good pair. And they do have okay chemistry. I'm not like feeling it super hardcore. But it's okay. It's average. It's average. They're just two hot people doing what hot people do. I predict this is probably going to be like maybe a 3-star read. Like it's not really tugging at my heartstrings. That's what I think about that. It is now 11:15. It's 11:15. So I think that's going to be it for this one sitting read. I made it to page 100, so not quite as far as I was hoping to get. I was hoping to get halfway through, which is another like 26 pages, but not bad. Not bad for a couple hours. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for coming along, and I will see you in the next one.